Hey there, this is Cindy again in Avondale, Arizona. Part 2 of what we had last week. I told you I had a little drama at work and it just continued to get worse throughout the week. The person that actually had given their notice continued to write letters to all the team members, the EC board, and anyone they possibly could, which I felt really sorry for them because it never should have happened this way. If you're going to leave a job, I just want to encourage you to do it the right way. Go ahead, leave a job when it's not working out for you, but don't burn bridges. You really need to think about your life after this job, because even when we're in Phoenix, which is what, 3 million people? It's a really small community in the world that I work in. A lot of people know a lot of people. I was on an airplane coming from Chicago, started up a conversation with a couple of ladies a few years ago, and lo and behold, she knew the agency that I had worked for several years prior. And it was just an interesting conversation as to what they knew, what I knew, and probably was not a good connection because of the people that were involved. I just want to share, it is a very small world and it can either be good for you or bad for you. But don't burn a bridge at a job. Be the bigger person, step away from the job, and know that you've done all you could to make this job the best it can be. And if leadership wasn't there, just walk away. Hold your head high and just continue to move on. In spite of what has happened, I will say that the EC board member that the letters were directed to handled it very well. I was surprised, but I do give them kudos for that. They just briefly mentioned it in a meeting and said they were handling things, and that was it. They never talked bad about the person that was writing the letters to people. They just said they did a very good job. They were sad to see them go, and they were going to move on. I thought, in spite of everything, that was the first piece of leadership that I saw in them. And I eventually said to them, way to go. I think you handled it well. Thank you for stepping up and not taking the bait. So when you're going to leave, yeah, you might be angry. That's what you talk to your friends or a therapist about. Don't go at the people that you are currently working for or had worked for prior. Just don't talk bad about people. Be the bigger person and move forward. At least you know you took the high road and you did a better job than what you thought they were doing. Just want to encourage you to step up. So with that being said, I am also currently trying to decide what I'm going to do. Do I stay at the position I'm in? Do I try to ride it out for the next couple of years until I hit retirement or decide what else I want to do? Because I do have things that I eventually want to do. And that's what we kind of talked about last time too, that God is really reaching out and giving me the ideas and opening doors for me to move more into public speaking, helping women get through rough times, whether it's with relationships, friendships, jobs, different things that I feel I have had a lot of experience with. And I do want to share those ideas with other people. Mainly it's going to be towards women, but I think a lot of men have the same issue in bad relationships, having poor leadership at a job. Friendships are really hard as you get older. It's not as easy to make friends. So that is something I do want to address as well. So I am looking at to jump into another thing. I have to decide, am I going to stay where I'm at, or am I going to just jump into something exciting and new? One other piece of advice I will say, never quit a job before you have another, if that's the route you want to take, is have another job. I know I may look like I'm retirement age, but I do have a couple years left to go before I hit that almighty Medicare that everybody's looking for. And believe me, I have plans to what I'm going to do traveling and speaking and doing different things, but I'm not quite there yet. So I do have to think about my future. I'm not going to jump ship just to jump ship. I'm giving them a little bit of time, which I've talked to them. They need to fix the problem, or I'm going to have to move on because it's unfortunate we haven't had the leadership that we needed. So the person that left at this job, they did have a lot of legitimate gripes, but they also need to step up and be a better person, show that all those things that they did do for the company really stand true, and that they were the better person because they did a good job, but you just have to be a good person as well and not use foul language in an exit letter and berate everybody on your team, tell them how terrible of a job they were doing. It's probably not taking the high road. So with that being said, I have not mentioned where I work, and I'm not sure how many people see these YouTube channels. This one I probably won't put on Facebook just in case. But for now, I just want to encourage people to be the better person. Step up, be in your job with your A game. Do your best that you can do. Just really produce at a high rate and have a lot of integrity when you go into your job. You don't want people rolling their eyes and wondering what is going to happen next. And that's what's been going on for the last several months at my job. And I really just want to encourage people, they can do better. You can make your job what it is, make or break. It might be rough, but then look for something else while you are trying to figure out what you're going to do. But don't take the whole ship down with you. Those people are there. They have to work through their jobs. So just be kind. Leave your job gracefully and move on, and God will just open doors where He needs you to be. Yes, that is the Amazon's little planes, and they go over constantly all day long when I sit outside. So we are in the flight path of dropping Amazon packages, and I am waiting for a couple of Amazon packages because I have been invited to go to a mystery dinner. So I am waiting for a 1920s Roaring Twenties dress to show up along with all the accessories to go to a mystery dinner on Saturday night. So I am going to do the best thing I can with my job. I'm going to continue to seek employment, work on my skills as a public speaker, possibly take Darren LaCroix. And if you don't know who he is, go look him up because he's kind of my secret little crush. So I'm probably going to take some master classes from him to learn to be a better public speaker. I just want to encourage you guys to get out there, seek your dreams, step up, level up your A game. You want to get to your A game. You don't want people thinking poorly of you, but just move on and do the best you can. So happy Sunday, everybody, and enjoy your week.